This is a Singer 401. 401A is the same thing. Let's see how to remove this case for the bobbin. This is the bracket for the case. I suggest to remove this plate. Perhaps I will show at the end of the video how to remove it. Remove the needle as well so you don't hurt yourself, and maybe see how the feed dogs is better to be lower or higher. Just play with that. Now let me just show you before we start two things about this bracket. There is a screw right here. And if you look careful, the bracket has a groove, and the screw actually it's on the chassis itself, it's not on the bracket. When we are going to lift the bracket and move it to the right to free the case here, the bracket and this groove actually will sit on top of this screw. That's when you are able to toss the bracket to slide it to the right. So for that, you need to lift it a little bit and then toss it to the right. So when you do this operation, look careful around the screw. You will see what I mean. Perhaps the camera doesn't show exactly. The other point is when you lift this thing, if you lift it too much, this tab here will either hit into the machine chassis, so you won't be able to slide the bracket to the right, or if you lift it too much, this tab here will sit on top of the machine chassis, and then it gets stuck. It's difficult to place it back. So do not lift this too much, just a little bit, and careful. Look at this tab and look at this hole here. So you see there is kind of a groove into the bracket. Now if you have fingernails, do not touch this. It's difficult. Watch your fingers. I will use a screwdriver, and I have to say that the whole idea of removing this bobbin case, it's difficult, it's not well done, and it may cause you frustration, or even you may regret trying this. So careful, think in advance, right? It's not always needed to remove it. So I'm going just to pry with a screwdriver, and I'm just going to slide it slightly underneath the bracket, just here at this point. Keep an eye there and keep an eye here. We are going to lift it a little bit. I'm really just prying on the border of the machine. You may want to protect the paint if you think it's going to chip the paint. And notice there, I keep that tab underneath the chassis at all points. I'm going to lift it just a little bit to clear this screw here. So I'm just, let's see, I'm just lifting the bracket enough just to sit on top of the screw, not more than that. So let's try it again. Just enough, just like this, no more than that. And then I'm going to push it back with my left hand. And it's going to feel stuck. Careful so the tab doesn't hit the chassis. It's going to be stuck, feel stuck because it's not lubricated. It's not well done. So be patient, try to push it. At some point, hopefully it's going to slide back. Notice the tab here goes underneath, and I don't know if I can film this, but you see that screw here did slid underneath the bracket, and that's what you want to do. Basically, if you push back and it doesn't move back, oftentimes it's that screw, it's not cleared, or this tab is hitting the chassis. Now this is just half of the job, half of it. Now to remove the case for the bobbin, let's just slide it out. And you look at the bobbin side here, and it has a groove right at the front of it. This groove goes right at the top edge. You can feel this edge with your finger. This groove goes right into this edge, and this plate here at the left top of the case goes on top of the shuttle, top of it. So let's just place that case on top of the shuttle, and make sure you engage this edge right at the edge of the shuttle. Okay, so right now the edge here, it's engaged right at the edge of the shuttle. The top here sits on top of the shuttle, and that's how it sits in there. You just put it in there. It doesn't matter the rotation of the shuttle itself. And then you want to slide this thing back gently. Maybe slide it. Let's just pull it with my finger. Go gently, just a little bit. Oops. Yeah, it's really fun, really fun. So the good position is when this plate here from the bracket sits just against the corner of the housing of the bobbin, and when this screw here sits all the way inside the groove of the bracket. So the bracket sits low now, it's all secured. You may want to do a test with the needle as well. Let's see how to remove the plate. So we have this switch, and this switch you need to put it to the left, but sometimes it just gets stuck in there, so wiggle it. It has to be greased underneath, but it's not going to be easy to move, and just make sure you really push it all the way to the left. I'll show you how it does here. So I'm just wiggle it, and at some point not yet, it's going to be there, right there. It's a complete left. It's really to the left. It has to be all the way to the left. Lift the presser foot all the way up. So lift the presser foot, remove the needle, you are going to hurt yourself. And then we need to lower the feed dog all the way the lowest position. Just look by yourself and just make sure it's all the way down. At this point, the plate, we are going to rotate it around this right side, and we are going to free the left side. So just make a rotation and it comes out from there. And again, you can see that the feed dog, it's all the way, it's the lowest position. That's very important. Now when you put it back in place, again to the right first, engage it. It has like a groove. There's another groove here. Just rotate it like this, and then try to position it correctly, and then lift the feed dog at this point. We are going to lift it, otherwise it's going to be really annoying. Try to lift it to the highest point. You can see them, they came out, and then try to lower the switch. You need to wiggle, it's going to feel stuck. If it feels stuck, if it doesn't lower, it's because it hits in the feed dog. So you really need to wiggle it around, just try to match it with the feed dog. That's how you get it. Make sure the switch is all the way down to the right. I think, yeah, it kind of, it was catching here. So just make sure this spins lower all the way down, match the plate so they can slide all the way down. That's how you secure it.